guys, how are we all doing? Welcome along to the big one. We've got the championship predictions for the first week of the season. This one's going to be a good one, so make sure you've hit the like button. Let's get 100 likes on this one. Sophie, what's your thoughts?
Just so excited. I can't wait to be back in the stadiums again, watching football in person. Oh, yeah, just get me back.
Honestly, I know I'll be doing vlogs for all the games, starting with the Forest one on Sunday, so make sure to watch those videos, and if you see me at the Rico, feel free to say hello. But let's talk about the first week of championship fixtures. So we'll start off with Friday night's game between AFC Bournemouth and West Bromwich Albion. Now, if you've seen my championship predictions for the full season, these are my two teams to get automatically promoted. I think West Brom are going to be very strong coming down, and Ismail is a fantastic manager. They've just got a very good squad, and they're always really strong in the championship. Bournemouth, I think they're going to be strong this year. I think Scott Parker coming in could be the right decision. Who knows? We'll wait and see. But these two are both going to do well. These two are going to have good seasons. And on the opening day, I would say a draw, but I don't want to sit on the fence for the first game of the season. So,
Don't do it.
Bournemouth 0, West Bromwich Albion 1.
Yeah, I'm going to back a West Brom win as well. I was umming and ahhing whether to say a 2-2 draw. But, I don't know, I feel like West Brom are just going to fully go for it, because I think they're going to go back up, so they need to get going on the first day, and I think they are. I think they're going to pick up a 2-1 win against Bournemouth, but I think, oh God, what a game to start with.
Honestly, that is a glamorous fixture for the championship. Let's talk about the next one then. Blackburn Rovers take on Swansea City. Now, last year both teams had very interesting seasons. Blackburn Rovers got off to a fantastic start. Remember some of the results they were picking up? They just fell away. We've spoken about this so many times. We've spoken about Mowbray so many times. I feel like I'm repeating myself. But I think Blackburn Rovers are a team that have got a lot of potential. But I don't know. I feel like it could be another season where they underachieve. And going up against Swansea, this is a very tough start. I'm going to go for Blackburn Rovers 1, Swansea City 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Blackburn got off to a good start again, because as we've said before, that's typical Mowbray, isn't it? Good start and then just drop right off. But I think it's going to be a draw. I think, yeah, both teams are really going to go at it first game. And, yeah, I think it's going to be fairly evenly matched. So I'll back a 1-1 draw. 1-1
draw. The next game is between Bristol City and Blackpool Football Club. I think this is quite an interesting fixture, actually. Bristol City, just like last year, first game of the season is against a newly promoted team. Last year it was against us. Yeah. This year it's against Blackpool Football Club. Now, Bristol City I've spoke about and said the way they ended last season, if they take that into the start of this season, they could be in all sorts of trouble. Blackpool Football Club are going to be a team coming up which some people will write off, and I think this is quite an interesting fixture. I'm going to go for goals galore. Bristol City 2, Blackpool 2.
That'd be an interesting game. I think Bristol City should really have the edge in this one, as they are a championship team, and with Blackpool just coming up, I think Bristol City will be the favourites, and I'm gonna back a 2-1 Bristol City win. Yeah,
Bristol City have had some decent business. Matty James is quite a good signing. Next up is Cardiff City versus Barnsley Football Club. Now, another two teams that had decent seasons last year. Cardiff City flirted with the playoffs and just fell outside. Barnsley flirted with the playoffs and just got inside, and they both might want to do the same this season. They both might want to be in that top 10, maybe both trying to push on into that top 6. And I'm going to go for an interesting opening game between these two. Cardiff 1, Barnsley 1.
I'm going to back a Cardiff win here. I think it's going to be 2-0, and I think they're going to have a good season.
Yeah?
So, yeah, 2-0.
2-0. Next up, Derby County versus Huddersfield Town. Now, two teams that just survived in the end last season. Derby County by the skin of their teeth. Huddersfield Town by a couple of points. And coming into this season, it'll be interesting to see what sort of attitude both sets of fans have going into this. I mean, I think Derby County fans are going to be a bit more pessimistic, but Huddersfield fans, a lot of them can be quite pessimistic at times, as we've seen on the channel. I do think Huddersfield will win, though. I think Derby County, like we've said before, they're in all sorts of problems. Derby 1, Huddersfield Town 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go the exact same, 2-1 to Huddersfield Town. I don't think they're going to have the best of seasons, but then Huddersfield, but I don't think Derby are either, and I think they're going to get off to a ropey start. So, yeah, 2-1 loss for Derby. 2-1 loss for Derby. Next up, Luton Town versus Peterborough United. It's going to be an interesting tie, this one. Luton Town, obviously, really, really good last season. They really sort of overachieved for themselves, didn't they? And Peterborough United, they did well coming up in second place, and their business has been pretty good. I think Luton Town's business has been pretty good as well. Yeah. So this is the matchup of two teams that could maybe go under the radar this season. I'm just going to back Luton Town. I think they'll have that championship experience, that edge that will give them a 2-1 win here. honestly, I find it so hard to predict Luton, and last season all I did was underestimate them, and they had a good season, to be honest, and I think they're going to do the same roughly this season. I think they're going to get off to a good start, but with a 1-0 win. I don't think it's going to be that convincing, but I think, yeah, they've got a little bit more quality for me, and I'm not going to underestimate them this time.
No, okay. Next up, we've got Preston North End versus another newly promoted team in Hull City. All three newly promoted teams starting on the road in the first game of the season. Away to Preston's a tricky one because once again they're an experienced Championship team, but I think Hull City have only been out of the Championship for 1 year and they're going to come back and they're going to be strong. Preston 0, Hull City 1.
Yeah, I'm also going to back a Hull City win. I think it's going to be 2-1. I think there will be goals in this one. But yeah, I'm going to back the Tigers for this one, so 2-1.
2-1 to Hull City. Next up we've got a London derby, Queen's Park Rangers versus Millwall Football Club. And Queen's Park Rangers we've spoken about before, one of my favourites to do well this season. Millwall are also a team that could do well this season. I'm just going to back Queen's Park Rangers here. I'm going to go QPR 2, Millwall 0.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3-0 QPR win.
Ooh.
I think they're going to get off to a good start. With Millwall, though, I always find their games hard to predict because sometimes they just turn up when I don't expect them to. But yeah, I do think QPR are going to have a good season. They're going to get off to a flying start for me. 3-0.
3-0. Stoke City take on Reading Football Club in the next game. Two teams that I'd imagine could be around mid-table, but both might do well and push on towards the playoffs, but both could fall away if they have underachieving seasons. And I'm going to say both teams get off to an equal start with a 1-1 draw in this game.
Yeah, I'm actually going to back Stoke here. I think they're going to have the home advantage, and like I said in the prediction video, I think they're going to have a good season. So I'll say they get off to a winning start with a 1-0 win. 1-0
win. Next up, Sheffield United versus Birmingham City. This for me is one of the standout fixtures of the opening weekend. I really like both of these clubs. Sheffield United are going to be really strong coming down, and Bramall Lane is going to be rocking this season. Birmingham City will take a good following, I'm sure, and they could have a good season. They've had some good business. Tahith Chong coming in, Chukwuemeka, they've still got Djukovic, they've got Lee Bowyer as the manager. This isn't going to be easy for Sheffield United, but I think they're just going to edge it 2-1.
See, I'm going to back a draw here. I think, yeah, a lot of people are going to have Sheffield United to win, obviously being a newly relegated team. But I think, yeah, Birmingham are just a steady Eddie, aren't they? So I think they're going to pull out a draw there, 1-1.
1-1. Next up, Fulham Football Club take on Middlesbrough Football Club. Now, it's another tough opening day for Middlesbrough because I think they opened at Watford last year and I predicted them to lose 1-0 to Watford, and they did. And I'm going to predict them to lose 1-0 here. I'm going to go Fulham 1-0. I think Fulham are going to be pretty strong this season.
Yeah, so I think for me as well, Fulham are going to get off to a winning start. I think it's going to be 2-1. I think, yeah, it's going to be a fairly tight game, but yeah, I think on the day they're just going to pick up the 3 points.
3 points, yeah. And the final game is between Coventry City and Nottingham Forest, the big one, the one we're going to be going to, the one we're going to be doing a vlog for, so make sure to look out for that. Whoa, this is tough. They got the double over us last season, but I remember we played really well in both games, and I feel we were a bit hard done by in both games, but it's not going to be easy. You know, Forest are an experienced Championship team, and people might predict them to do well this season. They're a big club. They'll probably bring a big following to the Rico. Coventry have been doing all right with their business. The pre-season hasn't been amazing, but you can't read too much into pre-season results. No. I'm going to go for Coventry 1, Nottingham Forest 1.
Yeah, I'm going to say the same. I'm saying 1-1. And I think, to be honest, for me, I was going to predict a Cov loss. And I know I'll get some stick, but we do that. I mean, look at our pre-season at the moment. It takes us a while to build up momentum and get going. And we finished the season last season so strong. Oh. And I've got a feeling we're going to have a similar sort of season where it takes us a little while to get up to speed. But I think a 1-1 draw, I would take that opening day. It's not the best result, but they did the double over us last season. So yeah, I'll say 1-1.
1-1. That wraps up today's video then, guys. Let me know your predictions down below in the comments because there's so many juicy fixtures in this opening weekend. Let me know what you think. Make sure you've all hit the like button. Make sure you've all subscribed. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.